Hey Paul, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do my end of the challenge tonight. So the first part of it is my plexus why. Well, pretty straightforward. I'm married and have 4 kids, and my plexus why as it relates to that is really that I was diagnosed with a degenerative bone disease in my hip when I was 15. Started giving me problems when I was 13, and I was in a tremendous amount of pain. And so one of the big things I like about Plexus is the fast relief, now the ease, so that I've been pain free since I started it. Basically, I became an ambassador April 15th. My products came in on the 17th, and then on the 19th, after 2 days of taking fast relief, I've been pain free ever since. So that's part of my why. Also, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure at 18, and have been on high blood pressure medicine ever since. And heart disease, high blood pressure, all kinds of types of heart disease, from high blood pressure to strokes to heart attacks, you name it, run in my family. And so I wanted something that would help me with that. And so the omegas in the fast relief are great for my heart as well. I'm really excited about the Omega X for the same reason, and then also for the pain relief that will come through the Omega X, coupling that with the ease, and just want to have a better quality of life, to be able to enjoy it better with my wife and my kids. Also, as far as the financial freedom aspect of that, so that I'll be more able to be even more involved than I am now, and won't have to be tied to a job. Then, as far as if money were not an object, what would I do? How would I give back? Well, two of the things that I want to do with that is that me and my wife have never been able to own our own home. We're renting a home, and it's kind of in the town, and we're kind of country folks, and we'd like to own our own home, and like to own a home that's on not a huge piece of property, but a little bigger piece of property, and out kind of in the country. I'm a kind of a sportsman guy. I like to fish, and like to target shoot. Never been hunting, but I'd like to get started hunting. And I'd like a big enough piece of property where I can go out and do a little target shooting on the property, that kind of thing. If it had a pond, that'd be awesome, but doesn't necessarily have to have a pond. But enough land where I can kind of get outside and just enjoy nature, that sort of thing. And then also, I grew up riding four-wheelers and jet skis and all that, and I'm a double amputee and use a wheelchair. I've never been able to ride a motorcycle for that reason, so I would really love to have a trike, to be able to, for me and Renee, she's an ambassador as well, but I would like to be able to get out on a trike, especially as our kids get a little older, and for me and her to just be able to go and ride around a little while for an afternoon ride. Maybe take a ride, and go out and get dinner one night, and take the trike and that sort of thing, just to enjoy that together. Like I said, especially as our kids get a little older, that way we'll be able to spend some time together that right now we just don't have a whole lot of time together, honestly, until the kids go to bed, and at that point we're pretty well tired, and it's pretty much bedtime. So that's something I'd like to be able to do. As far as giving back, several different things I'd like to be able to do. One is church-wise, being able to support church at a higher level than we can now. Anytime things come up, if there's a special project at church, there's a special thing that need money for this, that, or the other, I'd like to be able to either just take care of that, or put a big dent in it, depending on what the project is, or whether it's needed. A little while back, we needed a storage building to go out behind our fellowship hall, to be able to store tables and those sort of things. And lots of people chipped in, and that sort of thing, and it came together really fast. But it was only a few $1,000s that they needed, $2,000-3,000. It'd been great to be able to just say, at the end of service, walk up and just write a check and say, don't worry about anything as far as any kind of a fundraiser or anything, we got it. Just here, just go ahead and take, go ahead and purchase the building that we need. And then the other thing is having a disability. I would really love to be able to give back to the disability community in a way that I've never been able to before. I would love to be able to donate to advocacy groups. Also, I was recruited to play sports, disabled sports in college, play wheelchair basketball and powerlifting as well. And I'd love to be able to donate money back to help start scholarship funds, those sort of things. And then, like I said, advocacy things. As far as that, there's a lot of times there are legal things that we've struggled with our daughter, and when we look for help, there's just not a lot of help. There's people to give you advice, but if you need more than advice, you need to get an attorney involved, those kind of things. There's not a lot of funding out there for those kind of things, or if there is, it's really, really hard to get, and it's really hard to get in a timely matter that you need to be able to take action then. So we'd like to be able to maybe set up some funds, those sort of things, to help folks out. Another thing, as far as on kind of a personal thing, but also a family level, the trike, when I mentioned that, meaning like a motorcycle type trike, also would love to have a hand cycle, which is basically a hand pedaled bicycle. It's 3-wheeled, but that would be really cool because my oldest daughter, who doesn't have a disability, I'd love to be able to go out with her on a bike ride. That'd be a really cool thing that I've never been able to experience to do. So it'd just be a really neat thing to do. As far as my strongest strength, you're probably seeing a lot of that now. The thing that I think is my strongest strength is that I'm a people person. I love to talk. Not shy. I never really met a stranger. That's my strongest strength, I think. My weakest strength, I believe to be partly organizational skills, and partly the reason I'm doing a video is that it would take me forever to type this and that sort of thing. I just kind of have big hands that don't really cooperate well on a keyboard. I can type, but I'm just really slow at it. It would take me quite a while to put all this in an email or that sort of thing. So that's kind of my weakest strength. And then 5 things that I can do to grow my business, to get more PV, to get folks to come on board and see what Plexus is really all about. The first one for me is just to share personally, what I say personally, in person, as far as at a store, at a restaurant, that kind of thing. The second is just to do typical Facebook posts that we do. You see somebody that has something, you share it, that sort of thing. To do the pictures that we can find online, that kind of stuff. That's another way. The third way is to share my own testimony of being pain-free after 21 years of hurting with bone pain. How I used to drink a 2-liter Mountain Dew every day, and after starting Plexus products, I just haven't wanted it. I haven't had a Mountain Dew or any soda, but Mountain Dew was the one that I chose all the time. I would, like I say, would drink a 2-liter Mountain Dew every day, and I haven't had a Mountain Dew at all, or any soda at all, since April 17th, 2 days after becoming an ambassador. Basically when I got my products, just haven't wanted it. Also haven't had as much coffee either. I used to have a large cup of coffee every day, but the coffee was very little coffee, honestly, and lots of cream, sugar, flavorings. I would make the coffee myself. Didn't get it from Starbucks or anywhere like that, but I also would put lots and lots of heavily flavored creamers, the International Delight flavors, all those kind of things. So lots and lots of sugar there. Just don't want that stuff anymore. So sharing my testimony of those kind of things. So that's my third way. So let's see, that's 3. And then a fourth one would just be to hand out literature, hand out brochures and those kind of things. And that could be at an event, could be like at a health fair, those kind of things. And fifth is through YouTube videos. I'm working on a YouTube channel. Actually, I just started a YouTube channel just a day or two ago, but I'm currently working to get that bigger, better, that kind of thing. If you get a chance to check it out, that would help me out a lot. You could kind of critique it, see what you think. My YouTube channel name is Big Plexi. So I just started that, and I had another YouTube channel, but it was Plexus with kind of some of my own personal interests as far as some hunting, shooting, fishing, those kind of things, survival kind of things, all that. So my new channel, Big Plexi, is just Plexus stuff. So I'm keeping that one strictly for Plexus. So like I say, if you get a chance to check that out, that would help me out a lot, just to get some good feedback on. So I hope I've successfully answered the 5 questions in this challenge, and look forward to getting your response. However it's going to work for you to do that. Look forward to working with you and growing a whole bunch and learn how to do this thing even better. Thank you so much. Have a great one.